what's your next question?
Yeah, that's the first question.
That got
Just
off track a bit.
no, that's good. Oh man, I need if you guys have a question, I need to go through here to see like what kind of might go good with that one.
If you have what might go good with that, I don't know. What
Um,
goes well with pickled eggs? Salt.
do you
This whole
guys?
this whole flicking salt onto steaks. I know there's this like salt bay guy. Was that like a thing before that guy? Did people out like I'm not a steak eater. Well, particularly now I don't eat meat or drink carbonated beverages. But like I mean I have been at steak houses in my life and I've never seen anyone throwing salt all over steaks. Particularly huge chunks of it. Is that like a new thing just because of that guy?
No,
I
I
think
think
so.
you always salted your meat before you cooked it, right? Like
You,
that's
that
nothing
guy's not
new.
salting it before he cooks it. He's spraying it
No,
all over
yeah,
everyone at the
he's
table.
garnishing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gar- I love that you use that word on this podcast.
garnish.
I'm talking about a guy throwing salt at steaks, and you're like, he's garnishing it. Well, you can tell who went to barber school in this fucking conversation.
Since when is there garnish in barber school?
I'm just better educated than
Says
him.
the guy adding five different kinds of fucking garnish to his donut burger.
The best part of that was ordering like 5 dozen maple dip donuts.
Ah, that would have been good.
They weren't honey crullers either.
Ooh,
No, we won't go there again.
And we used to cook Jamaican patties and give them out in the morning. That we did. Used
We
to
had
used to be able to get 12 of those on the fucking barbecue at once. A
it's
little
just
barbecue.
it's just not a pickled egg though.
No, no. I, I don't know if anyone bought any more or less product off Permacon when I was the rep because like that guy is a fucking nut job. This is screwed up. I don't want to deal with him.
Did they eat the pickled egg, or did they just take it from you out of kindness and then just?
No, there was people having contests with them and eating them, and I'd give out a T-shirt to anyone who ate a pickled egg. And bro, I had a lot of interaction, man. People, a lot of people used to come to those events.
I can't get that visual out of my head.
maybe at the meetup we should have a contest to see who can eat one pickle and two pickled eggs the fastest.
Yeah, a single packaged pickle. Did it come packaged with vinegar in it, like to
Yes,
preserve
yeah.
it?
I have one in my fridge.
Nice.
It's
It would have
pretty
been funnier
old.
if you said you had it in your truck still.
Well, it's a vinegar
It's been
pickle
on
though.
the
Doesn't
floor for months.
one of my commentaries on the Circle K pizza was that it comes in excessive amount of packaging. So it's great for the average hardscape truck where you're trying to build the garbage up to at least the height of the passenger seat.
That's
That's
good.
completely true. My pair of my guys do that. They ride around in their almost new truck, more expensive than my first house, and it's just up to their knees in garbage. I have no clue how they fucking drive that thing.
Does it bother you?
It bothers me. Yeah. Even though I'm not in the truck, but it bothers me.
Does it bother you enough to do something about it, or it just bothers you?
I've cleaned it once or twice, but
But it
and
doesn't
it's
bother you enough to
daily.
tell them to clean it.
I fucking tell them every day, clean that. Like, this is ridiculous. Clean the truck. But
They're not responsive though.
they drive around with
Do you think if you had a
garbage up to their
corporate
knee.
policy, it would make a difference?
I think our our biggest corporate policy is that no truck leaves the yard without a can of diesel in it in the cubby. That's the only thing that seems to get enforced ever. That's uh that's it for rules at NDL. They'll show up on commercial sites with no hard hat, no vest. But if you forget the diesel, oh fuck, there's trouble.
Do you feel like you could benefit from having a corporate policy book?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then I could at least say, did you read the book? But then that's as far as it would go too. I don't know.
What's your longest term employee?
Oh, 6 years, 7 years? Yeah.
Do you think that the culture of bringing a diesel jug is bred into him pretty strong.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah. But even the 2 years, the 3-year-old guys have that ingrained in them. Like that's the golden rule. Bring a can of diesel to the job site every morning.
Nice.
Yeah. I wish I could enforce more rules, but it's as far as we got so far in 11 years.
How thick in inches is an 80 mil paver?
4 1/8.
Three
What?
and
No,
a
sorry.
quarter.
Yeah, 3 1/4.
Yeah. So, because this guy posted a story today, and this episode is really all over the place. You think, people are probably expecting a lot more from us now, and we're still not getting it together. Okay.
Never
So
promised anything.
he posted a video of Beacon Hill 80 mil. Spot the difference. And the first one is 2 3/4 thick, but I thought that was like a 60 mil paver.
That's 2 3/8.
3/8.
Ah, shows what I fucking know. And the second one, whoops, where'd it go? Oh, maybe it's all part of one story and I skipped it.
It's about the thickness of a pickled egg.
And the second one is 3 1/4. And that's the difference in thickness of the pavers.
So
Probably
Half
a
inch?
mold problem.
you know what some of the guys used to say? That the ones at the bottom of the pallet are thinner because they've been compressed by the pavers on the top.
That's horrifying if you're going to park your car on it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's the excuse.
Seems.
On a similar note, I've dealt with wet cast wallstone all day today.
How is that?
Awful.
Were you going to go full strong base?
No. I could have. Today I was fucking beside myself, upset. But we're just gonna pull out. Like, to me, how much manipulation are you expected to do with this product before you just say that's good enough?
About the thickness of a shingle.
That's the right answer. But now we're gonna spend half a day fucking grinding. Someone's gonna be sucking dust. We'll still be pissed off. Like, how much is too much?
But when you bought a wet cast product as an experienced landscaper, what were your honest expectations?
For it to be better than what it is, because it's really fucking bad. Like,
Is it bananaed? Is it bananaed or is it just thicker?
Both. Like, one side is thicker, one side's thinner. Some of them are bananaed, but and it's harder to tell, right? Because once you start stacking shit on top of shit,
yes,
and you're correcting some shit,
it's fucking worse and worse and worse.
Yeah,
and you gotta grind. Yeah.
And like, is that okay? Can we leave that and grind the next one? Can we shim this, but look underneath it? And well, there's a little gap now, and like that. Just again, how much is tolerable and how much is just we got to say this isn't okay anymore. This is dog shit.
The last wet cast wall I did, I had my guy sort through them to find the ones that were very similar in thickness so that I could use those for a course and then, work my way up the wall. But you can't do that with the size of ones
These
you're
are
doing.
fucking 190 pounds a piece. Like it's not.
Where's your fancy sucking thing?
We used 2 grabos. One guy
nice.
each had a side of the grabo, or each had a single grabo, and they were manipulating that way. But that's just I don't know. I'm frustrated with the whole thing. I don't think I will ever sell a wet cast product again.
Yeah, same.
I think
I try to avoid it. I think that it's an imperfect system of creation. I also think though this is manufacturers across the board, no one in particular. And I've had this conversation with many of them. they put out these catalogs, and they are selling a Cadillac in the catalogs, and they are selling Cadillac level expectations on the product in the catalogs. And when the product arrives, they have delivered a Chevy, and a Chevy's still great, but the body panels don't line up as fine as they do on a Cadillac.
Yeah.
And when you sell Cadillac expectations and you deliver Chevrolet product, you leave the installers of those product in a bad place, because you can't make Chevrolet product like you can in design wise. You can make Chevrolet product look like a Cadillac if you do good design and stuff. But when it's imperfections in the actual product, you can't fix that, and you can't make it into a Mercedes. Or maybe we could get Cadillac to sponsor this episode.
Yeah.
The title of this episode should be "Stop Advertising a Cadillac and Delivering a Chevy." That's too long, though.
I just like pickled egg.
Okay,
Pickled
sure.
egg.
Yeah.
It's a pickled egg.
Mike gives out pickled eggs. But I think that's part of your problem, though. If the pictures of that product that we're selling it were showing all these imperfect walls, the client would understand what they were getting, and then when you delivered that, they would accept it. But when the pictures of everything are fucking perfect, you need to deliver that picture if that's what you sold the job on. And that's a challenge with those products in general across the board. Same with slabs.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know. I understand everyone likes slabs because they go down fast and they're just in a running bond or a herringbone, or like there's nothing complex about it usually. But although trying to make a perfect stack bond is a fucking challenge. Because the slabs are all out. Like, if you're trying to make a perfect stack bond, it's hard because the slabs aren't perfect. Like, there's a tolerance of 3 mil or whatever, plus or minus. So when you're trying to make the lines exactly straight both ways in a stack bond, that's a hard fucking thing to do. In my mind, like when you see, that's why I think people started putting all the fucking grass in between them. If you're plus or minus 3 mil on the grass, you look at it as an overall thing. It just looks like a bunch of straight lines.
Yeah.
Plus or minus 3 mil, you're pulling slabs out and pushing them around and trying to make them line up.
Yeah, that's true. I've had pretty good luck with big slabs, and we sort of sometimes we don't use the
about big
spacers.
Slabs.
No,
Slabs.
it's not these. I find if we make our own spacers with them, like we don't use the spacers that come on the slab, we can make it work a little nicer with larger gaps.
If you're not using their bumpers.
Yeah, if you're not using their bumpers, if you're spaced it out another quarter inch or something like that, which if you're doing a resin is fine. Well, even polysand should be fine there. But I have more problem with the tolerance on some of these super big slabs, height wise, than I do squareness. Although some of them were kind of bad for being off square.
I haven't had problems with slabs. I've had problems with slabs and then using like the smaller corresponding border stone, and then those like being completely off.
Yeah,
with the slabs.
Yeah, like the twin
How
cubes that are always.
How are they off?
They just don't line up. They're not modular to the slabs. They're off by like a little bit. So you have to improve the gaps in between them.
Because you're trying to make the border line up exactly with the slabs, like five stones per slab.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that?
No, it just looks nicer to me.
Yeah, we've always tried to keep the border in line with the.
I've never given a shit about that.
Really?
If it's the same material, right? Like if say it's the three-piece modular pattern. Yeah, but it's a 3-piece modular, and you're a little rectangle.
About slabs.
But that also slabs are more than just big slab, right? like patio slab. Blue 60 is a slab.
Mhm.
Okay, I thought we were just talking about huge slabs and trying to modularly line up against them.
No, like slabs across the board.
All slabs.
Yeah.
All slab. All slabs matter.
Speaking of
asked-
which, Mike, are you gonna pay for Twitter?
Why would I pay for it?
Well, that's the new thing. You're gonna have to pay monthly
Oh,
to
yeah, if you
use
have to have
Twitter.
a blue check mark.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I didn't look
It
into
was
that.
something if you want, you keep your blue check mark. You got to pay $20 a month or something. I don't honestly. I'm not that up on it. It could have changed. I know that Whoopi Goldberg's dropping off Twitter, so I'm out. Because if I can't get my Whoopi, I'm not fucking going on it. I'm serious. She's like the only person that I follow. Fucking Whoopi. She said she was bailing last night. I like how she's like, I'm bailing tonight. Why don't you bail now, bitch? Why are you bailing in 5 hours? They're live right on your fucking TV show. Why? Like, I'm bailing in. What's gonna change? And then that, like, you got to get your last dose. I got to get the tweet out that says, I'm out of here. Hashtag leaving. Hashtag fuck Elon. Like, just leave. Don't make it like, you don't need to make a spectacle of yourself. Like, I'm out of here till things improve. I don't know. Maybe I do have to pay. I haven't been on it yet today. I do not have a blue check mark. I've applied for a blue check mark, but I've never gotten one
I see.
on any of my accounts. And I feel like I deserve one. I'm dropping mean pizza reviews in an unorganized fashion. And I'm probably bored of it now and won't do it again. But I was dropping mean pizza reviews.
You're also a king. I don't know how a king couldn't get verified.
And I'm on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people listen to this podcast.
I think we're slowly getting more exposure.
Well, Mike, what did you put on the Mulder Outdoor podcast?
Oh, I just said hi.
Did he acknowledge you?
He did.
That'll do
He
it.
gave us a shout out.
What did he say?
I don't remember.
Really?
Yeah. That was
How can
like
you not remember that?
2 days ago, man.
How can you not remember that?
What did he say? He said, I don't know who this is, that whether it's Mike or Chad, but I listen to the Not Our Finest Hour podcast. And then I don't want to keep going because I don't want to put words in his mouth. But he probably said something along the lines of, we're the best podcast that's ever existed.
I love those guys. They're incredible. They're an inspiration to the industry.
It's not for everyone.
It's not for everyone.
Yeah. Like, if you tuck a pencil in your hat frequently, we might not be for you. Perhaps. We might. What happened to your second question?
I got a question.
Okay, shoot. Fire. I'm
All
out.
right. In general, in your life or in your business, whatever, what's a purchase under $300 that's really changed something? And $300 is arbitrary, doesn't have to be like, but like a smaller purchase in your life, what's really changed and made an impact in your life?
What's the length of time? My whole life? Because I'll tell you, I bought a skateboard for $100 when I needed to get to the GO train so I could go vend in the stands when I was 13 at the Blue Jays game. And that changed my life. But are we talking recently?
How did that change your life?
Because I had a way to get to the fucking GO train that wasn't walking.
Okay.
I was just as fat when I was 14 as I am now. Nothing has changed about that. And my eating
So
habits
it didn't change your life.
No, it got me to the GO train without having to walk my fat ass there. I'm just saying, what's the time limit? $300 used to go a long way. I'm 50. We used to work for $3.85 an hour at minimum wage. Like this is like, I'm just saying, like, for me, I think I might have bought a car for $300. I'm pretty sure I bought a car for $300. Like, are we talking in the last 6 months?
No, let's talk in the last few years.
The last few years. Okay.
Yeah.
Like for a couple $100, what could I buy?
recently,
And that's arbitrary. It's just like a small amount of money. What's recently helped you out in that you really enjoy?
recently we paid $100 each for the juice cleanse.
And that changed your life?
Well, I felt much better for the last 3 weeks, and I stopped drinking carbonated beverages. I haven't eaten any meat. I've been watching my diet. I've been trying to go to bed earlier. I feel like it kickstarted. It could be just a blip on the radar, and I will quickly descend back to hell. But it was $100 for the juice cleanse.
What replaces meat in your diet then? What do you eat? Legumes?
Cheese pizza
Cheese pizza?
from Circle K,
Pickled eggs?
from Pizza
Things
Hut.
like that.
No, I'm being serious. It was definitely. Also, we got these like fucking sick cell phone magnet holders for the cars and the trucks, and they're awesome. And your phone just never moves, and it eliminated a lot of fumbling around and possibly illegal activity. This is not what you meant at all.
Well, you stole that one right up.
Anything.
I'm gonna
What?
say I'm gonna pump up this battery cell phone case again, like I did last week. I think everybody should have one for $50. I'm under the
actually do need
$300
one of
budget.
those.
Oh yeah,
Are you making a note to get one of those right
I
now?
am. Yeah.
Fucking- Didn't your phone die?
Yeah, my phone
During
always
the live
dies.
broadcast. Yeah. They even make that battery case for an iPhone 6?
probably not.
Does this not charge wirelessly? iPhone 6?
Yeah, mine. No, an iPhone 6.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's
I don't think it charges wirelessly.
how many? Is that really 8 years ago?
No, it's two
No.
a year.
5 years
Two a
ago.
year?
They bring out 2 a year.
Really? I thought it was every September.
No, they bring out
What
two.
do
They
I
bring out like they bring out the 14, then they bring out like the 14X or the ZR or something. I think it's 2 a year.
What's changed between the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 14? Like how much better at making calls is the
I'm
iPhone
just
14?
surprised you still have any battery. Like, how do
Battery.
you still have a Like, my battery is almost dead halfway through the day.
I charge it in my truck every once in a while. But my battery life, like if you go to battery in the settings, it tells you how well your health is in your battery. It's like 60% left of its life.
Wow,
I-
that's pretty good.
I think that the biggest change between your phone and a 14 would be the camera.
Yeah, that's the only thing I would think about getting it for.
Being
Do all your
someone,
apps still work?
Although my
At
battery health
6?
says service. Yeah, everything works great. Like,
everything works.
yeah.
so
Other
I
than
haven't
the
bought-
dirt in the charging port.
I used Drake's Milwaukee air pump to pump up the tires on the float, and that thing's fucking sick. And it's like $200 or something. And it's sick because I've always had these like float tires constantly have nails in them for some reason. It's like when you drive down the road pulling a trailer, the nails just come out of the grass. They've been waiting in the grass and they're like, there's a motherfucker with a trailer. And they head onto the road to get like, it doesn't like these tires on our 20-foot tag along. I fucking fixed them like 5 times this year. What the fuck are we driving this thing? We barely use it. We tow it once a week. Like,
So you're more likely to have nails on the side of the road than in the middle of the road, right?
I guess.
The tag will take a tighter turn than your truck, so you're closer to the side of the road
Where the nails are.
where the nails are, potentially. Or they could be coming out of the grass. You could be right.
So I was like, fuck. And I normally I go through like 2 or 3 of these air pumps. It doesn't matter what quality one you buy. They all fucking the motors burn out trying to pump up trailer tires. But Drake got this one out of his truck, and it's like powered by a Milwaukee battery. So you don't have to run this like ridiculous cord or use a cigarette lighter or And it fucking pumped it up right away. I was like, man, this thing is fucking awesome. I have to say too, the Heart Tools blower changed my life.
Really?
And that was
And
free.
that's free, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, every day when I get in the truck, I just know there's someone that cares about me in there with it.
Is it? Do you put it in its seatbelt?
No, I let it be free.
Yeah.
If I get in an accident and it goes through the windshield and it doesn't come back to me, then I know it wasn't meant to be.
Gotcha.
Anyways, this, if you tow trailers a lot, this fucking air pump would change your life. No cigarette lighter bullshit anymore. I don't know if this is the kind of answers that you want.
No,
What have
these
you
are great.
bought that changed your life?
What have I bought? That silence isn't good for a podcast, so I can't think of.
I feel like awkward silence is expected from our
Yeah?
300
Yeah,
listeners.
we do that often enough, eh?
It's just like,
I'd say a gimbal for my phone has been really good.
What's a gimbal?
It's like it keeps your phone always stabilized.
those things are cool.
They're really nice.
How much was it?
It was like $70.
Where did you
And it was
buy
dirt
it?
cheap. The best place for electronics.
Was it blue and yellow? The best place
They
to
don't get
buy
a shout out on our 300 listenership.
Is it the same place
podcast.
that has hard tools?
No.
Oh,
No. It's not what he's talking about. I don't think it's the same place.
No,
Maybe
not
it
that.
is.
Not that.
Not that place?
The place that only sells electronics and washing machines.
I don't know what, like, I don't know if I'd buy a ton of stuff.
yeah, I don't buy
Yeah,
one.
that's true.
Getting the fuel tank at the yard was life changing.
That
What
was
about the
free.
DEF tank? Was that
No, that was stupid. That was like an uninformed purchase out of frustration that didn't go well. That's what I would say.
But a jar of pickled eggs has to be less than $300. And that's made
I don't
me
know if
laugh
that changes.
quite a lot.
I don't know.
It
If
changed
that-
the
my
lives
life
of some
for
of the
tonight.
I'm gonna
contractors.
find a pickled egg video and tag you in it.
Please.
Tag you in the pickled egg videos.
I just want to see you reaching into the jar and handing somebody a pickled egg.
I don't know how we got them out of the jar. Maybe with a spoon.
Spoon.
Maybe people did just reach in. I don't know. They were Strub's pickled eggs. Strub's makes good pickle. Make a hell of a
Classic
pickled
makes a
egg.
good pickle.
I don't know what else the fuel tank was definitely, that was free. Well, you pay 3 cents a liter for them to maintain it or some 2 cents a liter, 2 cents a liter. But then they own it all.
Right.
That seems like a good deal to me because I don't want to buy a big, huge tank and a pump.
Yeah.
And what if something happens to it and it gets rusty or or someone says you have to maintain it or it just seemed like a bad idea to own it for the 2 cents a liter. Your spreadsheet might disagree with me, Mike, but I don't know for sure.
Do you guys have any questions?
Well, I didn't know we were doing questions.
Yeah, I would have.
I can check the
thought of something.
Instagram. Would you have? You're the only one who hasn't brought anything to this podcast in preparation yet.
What do you mean? I said we were going to talk shit about McCallick.
That's true. We did do that.
Do you guys have any stories from initial consultations that are interesting?
Here's one. Oh, there's some new questions coming in.
Oh,
Strong Base Interlock would like us to talk about Techo Block.
why would he want us to talk about Techo Block?
I don't know. I got an email today from the president.
Hey, I got that email.
Yeah, and they were inquiring about.
How can we do better? What can we do better?
Yeah, well, can we? So I forwarded it to Biwar because I felt like he would be the person to respond to it. Mike's now disappointed because he didn't get the email.
I didn't get any email.
Ah, there you go, Mike.
You want to take the survey? You can take the survey right now.
I don't know. That's
I'm not taking the survey right now.
Right
After
now
the
on
day
the
that I had with
podcast.
this fucking wet cast stuff, there's no way I'm taking that survey right now.
I feel like you brought some of that pain on yourself. You knew
You're right.
better. You
I knew
knew
better.
better, but you were like, it's going to be so perfect. It's going to look really cool. And I think it'll be all right.
No, it's not going to be that bad. And you've done it too. Don't tell me you haven't.
Oh, yeah. I step on my own face every day. Not saying I
It's
haven't done
not going
it.
to be that bad. We'll be able to take care. It won't take more than a few hours to fix. And here we are.
The times clients have fucked you and how you responded. Kyle and Annecy. So for me, if I have a disappointing experience, I just try to end it as quickly as possible and just get out of there.
Yeah.
Because if you try to drag out the pain, or some people are never going to be happy, so I just like, hey, what can we do to like make you happy and get out of here, so I never have to speak to you again? I've said to clients, I'll do that. Let's say they want some inane thing that's not part of the contract. I've said, I will do that, but don't ever fucking call me again. Those are the rules.
You say it like that?
Yeah. Here's the rules.
And he
You
kicked their
think
cat.
you think this
And gave him a pickled egg.
you think something I don't like. I have literally said, I will do that, but don't ever fucking call me again. And then they usually say, okay, do it. And then they never call you again. You have these people that call you back and call you back and call you back and call you back and call you back, and they keep wanting you to fix. Not if it's some legitimate problem to fix, I am always happy to fix it. Always. Like if there's, and there are very times when there are very legitimate problems with the project, things you didn't anticipate, things didn't go perfectly. I'm always happy to come back and fix that. But then there's people that are just a fucking pain in the ass. And I have said to them, I will fix that, but don't ever fucking call me again. And then they usually say, okay, no problem. Well, they always do. I've never had anyone tell me say anything different, because I think when you've reached that level, saying don't ever fucking call me again, people are like, okay. Like some people just want their piece of your hide.
Yeah.
They just want it. They need to have it. How do you handle difficult client, Chad?
I had this one lady. Maybe we talked about it before, but I had this one lady. She ripped me off for like $1,200 after we'd agreed upon the price. And years later, I found out that she got a concrete pool installed and it was complete fucking dog shit. Like they fucked it up for like 80 grand or something like that. And she was gonna have to have the whole thing torn out. And I leave it to karma. Same thing. I want to get out of there as fast as I can. Um, on to the next one, and I'll leave it to karma. It always comes back to people like that. Always, always it gets them.
You're more of a slow
Yeah.
roasted revenge
Oh, yeah.
kind of guy.
Oh yeah.
Did you drive by her house and be like, are you enjoying your fucked up pool, bitch?
No, she lived on a fucking circle.
Oh, or did
One of
you
those
just
cul-de-sacs.
quietly enjoy that moment?
Like, when I heard that story, oh yeah, that did it for me. For years, I thought about going and just like pushing all the snow from the circle into her driveway, and
For
like
years.
locking her in her driveway. I was like, no, I can't do that. What if the neighbor had a camera or something like that? There's a picture of my truck just ramming all of this snow right up behind her car.
On the Ring camera.
Something shitty like that. There's the thing, under $300. Don't know if it changed my life, but actually, no, it didn't, because my wife won't pay for the subscription. So we have the camera, but all it does is ding like a fucking regular doorbell.
So you can't see it on your phone?
No, I never could. She could for a bit. Then we never renewed our subscription or whatever.
How much is it to see your front doorbell on your phone?
I think it's like $8 a month or something like that.
Oh.
That seems pretty reasonable.
She would get notifications when a fucking transport would drive by.
Yeah. Can you not sense the sensitivity?
Yeah, I don't know. I bought it for her as a gift. Obviously, it wasn't a very good gift. So,
Well, I feel like it was a good gift. It was for safety.
yeah.
Nothing
But
says I love you and you're hot like a doorbell for safety.
it wasn't like a anniversary or something like that. Like maybe it was a just because gift.
That's just because gift. Listen, I was in the store and I saw this Ring camera I really wanted, so I bought it for you as a just because gift.
That's how you keep the romance alive.
Is
Whenever
that how
you're
you're going to
working
justify?
60 hours a week.
How you're going to justify buying the dump truck?
No,
It's a just. It's just a gift. It's a just because gift.
no, she trusts me to buy whatever's good for the business.
No, no. I was just saying in your own mind, nothing to do with
Oh,
her. Like in your
just be,
own mind, you'd be like, I can get this as a just because gift. Could be for
yeah,
you.
it probably will be for me.
Exactly.
Well, it's for the workers, right? Because we all want to grow together. But
Yes.
would I be happy to see it in the yard? Fucking right, I would. I'd love to see it in the yard, stacked there with all the other trucks, just rotting away all winter, not making a dime.
You could haul snow.
With the tandem,
Yeah.
with a 14-foot tandem, yeah, you could, I guess.
Well, because you can stack it way up. We haul
Yeah,
snow with the bin trucks.
you stack it way up.
Well,
It's
especially
only it's only okay because it's the middle of the night, right, Mike?
well, you can also move snow on site, right? So
Yeah,
if you're moving snow on site, it doesn't matter. So so I had it. We hauled a lot of fill off a client's site. Well, we hauled a lot of fill for a client off of one of his sites, and that client has decided not to pay him. So we had conversations this week about starting to haul the fill back to the site and dumping it in the parking lot.
yeah, because
Well, I have a job around the corner. It's like 200 loads of fill, which is about the same amount that we hauled out of the other place. So I was like, if I start in the back corner of the parking lot and we put like 10 trucks on, how many rounds of trucks can we dump in this parking lot before someone's like, the fuck is going on here? And because I think if you start in the back corner of the parking lot, you start dumping coming toward like people would just assume that there's some reason dump trucks are dumping fill in the parking lot.
yeah, I'd say go for it.
Before someone
I'd say go for it.
the problem with it is if you do that, you're never getting fucking paid. So before you do that, you better be sure you've exhausted all options because it's a nuclear option. Like whenever you take the nuclear option on something like that, it doesn't matter what it is. So like if you go and like start ripping up someone's patio, you are never getting fucking paid.
Yeah, I'd push that button some days.
Yeah. I seriously thought I was like, fuck it. What if I just bring one load a weekend? Just dump them in a row because people will be like, why is that here? But then most people don't give a shit. They just walk by it like, fuck, whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe there's supposed to be a huge pile of dirt in the parking lot now. Like, I thought about dumping snow, hauling snow back. Like,
But that's temporary. Like it's gonna melt
I know,
eventually.
but it's still awesome.
Yeah,
Taking a load of snow to someone who fucked you over and dumping it in their driveway.
exactly what I want to do to that lady.
Yeah.
Fucked me on the patio.
Now you have the tandem to do it.
I have the tandem to do it. We used to take snow to our yard as a dump, and then it makes such a mess in the spring. Like you have fucking coffee cups and cigarette packs and all that shit that you're picking up for months.
Yeah.
So we quit that. No more snow at the yard.
It's like the dirtiest fucking.
Yeah, it's the dirtiest stuff.
It's also full of fucking salt.
Yeah.
It's horrible for. It's maybe not plastic burning level bad for the environment, but it's definitely not good.
Yeah, it's not good. Yeah.
So what did you do, Mike?
For what?
Well, what did you do for a client that fucked you over?
I wouldn't say I've experienced like a horrible thing enough for me to really think about that, but there have been a couple of clients that continue to ask for things, and eventually just like you need to cut it off. Otherwise, you're going to keep going back, or you'll just keep on adding things, like whether that's change orders or a pond that I keep on having to go back to show them how to work. But eventually it just becomes too much and I got to cut that off.
Are the fish still getting stuck in that pond?
They're still getting stuck.
How do they get stuck?
I have no idea. I have no idea. These are the dumbest fish I've ever.
Do they die?
Half.
You know what you should do? You should buy him a cat
Oh
and
yeah.
let the cat take care of the fish.
A mink.
So that he,
I should get a feral pelican that just sits in the.
that'd do it.
You should
I'll
get
bring
a
you one
mink.
back from Costa Rica.
Are you going to Costa Rica?
Yeah, I'm going to Costa Rica.
Have you been there before?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Kelly says she wants to go to Costa Rica.
Well, I'll see you there. When are we going? February? Second week of February?
We're going in December. Well,
Yeah.
we're going somewhere in December because there's no soccer.
No soccer in December.
Soccer's done for December, so it's like the 4 weeks when I don't have to drive to Toronto 6 days a week. So we can travel to Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. You can go anywhere, really.
We looked at Mexico too.
Yeah. We did Mexico last year.
How was that?
Great. We went to the Hard Rock. Highly recommend.
Oh, so you're the one who went there.
Yeah.
I feel like we
I'm
mentioned
sure
it.
lots of people have been there.
No, because Kelly was like, "Where should we go?" And I was like, "You should go to the Hard Rock."
Yeah, it's
And I
fucking
couldn't
phenomenal.
fucking remember why we would go there, but
Yeah.
now
No, it's the food. Even for a vegetarian, you'd
Really?
probably be okay. Yeah.
was there a lot of non-carbonated beverage choices?
Ooh, I don't know.
Everything was carbonated.
I know. I'm sure you get something non-carbonated.
Like lemonade,
I'm sure you can get a lemonade.
iced
They'll
tea,
make you whatever. A pina colada.
pina colada.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Well, maybe I'm gonna bring that up with Kelly again now because now you've been there. So she's like, "Well, who went there?" I'm like, "I don't remember." So she kind of wrote it off as like something I'd heard in passing. Someone, and I think we should definitely talk to MQuip about doing a pickled egg meetup at Congress.
Meetup. Maybe they'd be okay with that.
Yeah. We could record an episode.
In the booth. We need them to set up that transparent booth
It's
that we
maybe
saw at
outdoor
H&A.
project. Maybe Outdoor Project Podcast is setting up a transparent booth at LO Congress.
Maybe they're coming up.
They were supposed to come up pre-pandemic and interview me, but maybe they won't want to do that now. Since
Oh,
they got
really?
fucking shadow banned.
Well, I'm sure all those pizza videos are bound to get you back on top.
Pizza reviews are huge, man.
I don't doubt it.
And
You're
so
doing more for
are
yourself than I am.
Philly cheesesteak reviews are big too now.
Really.
Well, but I can't do that because I was thinking about reviewing falafels because they're vegetarian,
Oh yeah, true.
right? I was
Yeah.
like, oh, maybe I could do falafel reviews.
Hmm.
But they don't sell falafels at the Circle K.
No.
No, there's not a lot of falafels at Circle K. It's not a big game at the Circle K. All right, I need to go to bed.
All right, guys.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
See y'all later.
All right, this is the end of the second hour of the podcast. First hour just randomly ends mid-conversation. Or maybe the first hour ends at Mike's awkward silence when he didn't know how to answer his own question. All right, have a good night.
Good night,
Good night,
guys.
All right.